got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and ain't my last one.
Oh, I get back up.
Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Minnesota Vikings. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now. Let's go. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and a couple, Jackson, he'll find Metcalf. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Oh, design run for their wideout. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On the carry, it's Bawden. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Carr. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Jackson now down around his goal line. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing his car on third down. Going underneath for Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Carr. Dorsett's got it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. He's at the 50. 30, past the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. 93. 52. Watch the boot.
Here's Carr to throw. Gets it to Gordon. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. 29.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They run, Cook, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Minus 50, minus 50. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Hey. Minus 50, minus 50. Hey, you're running.
Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His 1st read wasn't there. Heck, his 2nd read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson throwing again, rolling to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the 1st half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
We got to step it up.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And this is Cook with a grab. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Jackson from the shotgun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He finds Yeldon. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. That's complete. It's Gordon. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Carr again, eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Tyrell Williams. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
29.
Throwing again. Carr. He's got Burton here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Trey Burton in the final seconds of the first half as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Hauschka with the extra point. And this is now a 1-point game. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. This is Gordon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Down. Wide 85. Go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
On 3rd down, Carr able to get this to Gordon. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot.
And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Watch the run, watch the run.
On second down now, it's Cook. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
And it's third down.
Here we go, here we go. 6 yards. I got you,
From the gun, Jackson. He's got his tight end Fant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Ready up, minus 50, minus 50. Check back, check back.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you, I got you.
From the gun, it's Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's airing it out for Sanu. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie first-rounder, Jonathan Abram, there to knock it away.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Devin Bush leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw his Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Tighten up.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Panthers 10,
Baby, let's
Vikings
go.
9.
Let's go.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now Gordon on first down. About 3 yards there to the 27.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 27, Carr. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Carr going to throw. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Trey Burton, his second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Extra score, Vikings 16, Panthers 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Carolina! DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
One down. 180. 9. Get in there. Let's get in there, man. Bang, 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 bang. Topper. Check 24. Check 24.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So he shifts past him, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the night. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw is Carr. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw, Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, but whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
Hey, wahoo! 55. I got you.
Carr going to go on fourth down. Connecting with Burton here over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Panthers, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.